Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, my name is Cindy Haliza. In here, I'm going to present my PowerPoint. The title is The Impact of English E-Learning During COVID-19 Pandemic Towards Students' Motivations. And the first is about introductions. There are 3 points that I will explain in the introductions. The first is COVID-19, the second is e-learning, and the third is motivations. The first point is COVID-19. Coronavirus disease known as COVID-19 is a threat of a virus outbreak that began at the end of 2019 which attacked the entire world community. The impact of the COVID-19 pandemic has resulted in rapid change in various sectors, especially in the education sector. Based on Directorate General of Disease Prevention and Control 2020, coronavirus disease or COVID-19 is a new type of virus that has never been identified in humans. Coronavirus is a zoonosis or can be transmitted between animals or humans. And then the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic has forced the education sector in Indonesia to use the e-learning method as a learning method. The second point is e-learning. E-learning is the best choice in learning system in COVID-19 pandemic because the material provided can be accessed in everywhere and every time. Based on Firman 2020, e-learning is learning that uses the internet network with accessibility, connectivity, flexibility, and the ability to bring up various types of learning interactions. Meanwhile, implementing e-learning for students is not easy because most students have never had an online learning process before. This condition will affect students' motivation and learning difficulties. The third point is motivation. Motivation is an internal energy that makes students become excited in learning to achieve the goals. Students will more able to understand the learning that's served by the teacher when they are motivated to learn as well. Prihantanta 2015 states, motivation is a psychological phenomenon in the form of an impulse that arises in a person consciously to take action with a specific purpose. Limited access to learning raises new problems for students. Students will find it more difficult to receive material well from the teachers. This is a serious problem that must be resolved by educational institutions. Next is about research method, research design. This study was conducted using a qualitative descriptive method. This qualitative research method aims to produce descriptive data in the form of sentence and paragraph. Data and data source. Data. The data used in this study were answers to questionnaires obtained for 10th grade student DKJ2 of SMK Ma'arif NU Doro. And then the data source. The data source of this study was the 10th grade students of DKJ2 of SMK Ma'arif NU Doro who participated in answering the questionnaire. Setting of the study. This research was conducted by the researcher at home. This research was conducted online because the COVID-19 pandemic did not allow the researcher to go directly to the field and the subject of this study. There are 3 steps of collecting data. The first is make a WhatsApp group with the students. The second is ask the students whether they are agreed to answer the questionnaire or not. And the third is distribute the questionnaire. There are some techniques in analyzing qualitative data. The first is data reductions, the second is data display, and the third is conclusions. Next is about finding and discussion from the questionnaire. There are 5 questions about students' motivation in the questionnaire to get the data. The data in the closed questionnaire is classified into 4 scales, namely strong agree, disagree, and strongly disagree. In addition, there are also an open-ended questionnaire to support the answer from the closed questionnaire because the open-ended questionnaire gives more detailed answer in the form of a sentence. The first question is, does e-learning increase your motivation to learn English? Based on the open-ended and closed questionnaire, the first question showed the highest frequency is 59%. The student answered that they agree with the question presented. It can be concluded that students feel motivated to learn English online. Based on the answer data in the open-ended questionnaire, most students were happy with the material given by their English teacher because the material was not boring. The second question is, did you finish all the English assignment given by the teacher? Based on the open-ended and closed questionnaire, the second question showed the highest frequency is 51%. The students answered that they agree with the question presented. Most students answer that they agree to the assignment given by the English teacher during e-learning lessons. The third question is, do you continue to study English even though there are no assignments during online learning? Based on the open-ended and closed questionnaire, the third question showed the highest frequency is 67%. The students answered that they disagree with the question presented. It can be concluded that students did not want to learn English outside on the online class. Some of students write the reason why they did not want to learn English outside the class schedule. It is because they do not understand English as well, and they said that English is a complicated language to learn. The fourth question is, do you always come to class on time in English e-learning? Based on the open-ended and closed questionnaire, the fourth questions show that highest frequency is 51%. The students answered that they disagree with the question presented. Most students answered in the open-ended questionnaire that they are having internet problem, so they cannot join the class on time. The five questions is, do you still try to take online English class when you are sick? Based on the open-ended and closed questionnaire, the five questions show the highest frequency is 67%. The students answered that they disagree with the question presented. It can be concluded that students did not want to join the class when they are sick, but some of the students agreed to join because they have high motivations to join the English lessons. The last is conclusions. The result of the study show that students still have an enthusiasm for learning English during the COVID-19 pandemic. They will remain enthusiastic to learn as long as the teacher gives them assignment they are not too difficult for them. These analyses show how important the teacher role during COVID-19 pandemic. The teacher should not burden students by giving the difficult assignments so that students do not find it difficult to learn English. So, the student learning motivation does not decrease and students will be more enthusiastic to learn during a pandemic.